I am absolutely going to make it to the top. This is the sort of mindset you should be walking around with. I see a lot of young men walking around telling everyone their goals, telling everyone their ambitions. But if you look at it, they're doing nothing to achieve it, nothing to make progress towards them. And this is coming from a lack of motivation. But this lack of motivation is coming from a lack of self-belief. They don't believe that they are going to achieve their goals. So if you just start off by believing that you can get there, you are going to achieve it, that is 100% going to improve your momentum, as well as the likelihood that you are going to make it to the top, that you are going to achieve the goals you set out. Think about it. You have man number one who walks around like, well, I don't know, maybe I am going to make it. And then you have a man like me, a man like you, hopefully, who's walking around like, yeah, of course I'm going to make it, why wouldn't I? Obviously that man number two, you and I, we are going to achieve our goals. You need to be walking around with this almost like it's your birth-given right to be achieving it. Now, of course, that means you do need to put in the work. You're not going to get anything spoon-fed to you, and you don't want anything spoon-fed to you. There's no achievement, no worth in any sort of goal if you don't have to work for it. If it's spoon-fed to you, then what's the point? But you do need to, as a starting point, walk around with this belief. If you have any sort of ounce of disbelief right now, dive into why. Why do you have the disbelief? It's probably some sort of childhood-rooted thing that told you can't achieve this. Alternatively, it's the thoughts of those around you, maybe even your parents, maybe even your teachers. It doesn't matter what it is. But you need to identify the source of their disbelief and see that that source is actually irrelevant. It's not a source that's going to help you achieve your goals. So why are you paying any attention to it? If you really look into it, any goal is achievable. Of course, within reason, not some weird stuff like you wanted to float around a room or telekinesis or whatever. But any sort of financial goal or anything like that, of course you can achieve it. There's thousands, maybe even millions of other people that's achieved what you want to achieve. So what makes you think that you can't achieve it? Stick to proper routines, stick to proper schedules, do whatever it takes. But if you do everything required of you, there's no reason why you can't achieve it. So as I keep saying, start off with this core belief. If you have this core belief, it's all going to flow from there. Of course, it's not going to happen overnight. But this rolling momentum, it's going to start like a nice snowball effect. If you don't know what snowball effect is, think of a small snowball rolling down a hill of snow and whatever on it. Obviously, the snowballs can get bigger, pick up speed, you get the idea. That's the sort of vision I want you to have for your goals. I want to start a brotherhood of men who have the same sort of ambitions as me, same sort of aspirations. To give you an idea, I want to start a shelter for the homeless. The people on the side of the street that don't know when the next meal is going to come, or frankly, if they even are going to get a next meal. They don't know where they're going to sleep tonight. They don't have any sort of home. I want to help them out with that. And the nice thing about having these sort of somewhat big goals, but also goals outside yourself, is it gives you this external push. So of course I'm motivated for it, naturally. But the fact that I know I'm going to be helping 50, 100, and hopefully eventually thousands of people, of course it's going to motivate me. Oftentimes I find myself looking at a micro thing I'm doing, literally as something as small as how intensely I'm working out, how much effort I'm putting into it. And I tell myself, if I put more effort into this workout, it's going to spill over into me putting more effort into other things in life. Now, of course, it's going to motivate me and grow me into the kind of man I need to become. So how about these people? So you need to constantly be aligned with your goal. If you're constantly in line with your goal and you believe in it, you'll start putting in the effort. If you start putting in the effort and are directing yourself properly, as I imagine you are, then you are going to eventually reach the goal. Fair enough, it might take some time, but the time's going to pass anyway. Think about, say you started working out a year ago, and you told yourself a year ago, it's going to take a year for me to see any sort of gains. Well, that year's now passed. Whether you worked out or not, that year's passed. So wouldn't you have appreciated, say you didn't go and work out, wouldn't you have appreciated if you did work out and now have these nice gains? Something to really think about. I hope this inspires you to take some action and genuinely start believing in yourself. Whatever you want to achieve, I can guarantee you someone else has achieved to at least some extent. So if they did it, why can't you? I wish you all the best, brother. I really do. I'll see you in the next one, but subscribe to the channel would be appreciated. Helps grow me, gets me to a point where I can achieve my goals. YouTube is a smaller one of my goals, but one of them nonetheless. All the best, bro.